Welcome back to California Cooking. The summer months are here, and we are soaking it up with an Ocean View restaurant known for its fresh, flavorful coastal cuisine, an ice cream shop that's redefining soft serve, and a fruity snack that's sure to be a hit with the kids. Let's start in Huntington Beach at a restaurant that feels like a mini getaway. Gorgeous views, salty ocean air, and delicious coastal fare make Lōrea a perfect summer escape.
Hello, I'm Chef Scott Ratcliffe, and welcome to Lōrea. We are located at the beautiful Paseo Hotel overlooking the Pacific Ocean. We celebrate coastal California cuisine and delicious libations. When you walk into Lōrea, the first thing you see is the ocean. You can look straight through the restaurant and see the ocean on the backside of the restaurant. And then as you're walking through, you start to smell it and you feel that ocean breeze. Then as you work your way, you get out to the patio, and it's truly just an amazing space. You just look straight over Pacific Coast Highway and onto the beach and the water. You see the waves crashing while you're eating your breakfast. It's a pretty amazing way to start your day. After about a year, we have had a really great response. People are really enjoying the food. It's kind of breathing a little life into the area. It's a fresh take on the local California cuisine. And then we obviously have this beautiful view. I think we get a great variety of people. While we are at a hotel, the majority of our clientele is a lot of the locals. Breakfast and lunch, are more hotel driven. On the brunch weekends, we got a great local following. And then as dinner comes in, it's probably about a 50-50 mix of having a local clientele along with the hotel guest. I think a lot of the locals come to Lōrea to celebrate a birthday or enjoy a date night. I mean, does it get much better than a date night while overlooking the ocean, having an amazing cocktail while you're doing it? That's probably one of the bigger draws here. Coming up with the concept, we're just trying to find local ingredients and that we could really highlight, truly representing what the ingredients are. So you'll find that we utilize a whole ingredient in a lot of dishes in several different ways while still trying to bring it to an upscale level. I started cooking when I was in high school, truly just to make money. But then I ended up really loving it. And I love creating experiences for guests and kind of building memories for people and really connecting to them through food. So at Lōrea, of course, we pride ourselves on amazing ingredients and the locality and amazing libations. But what really sets us apart is the show factor. So we have a few dishes that are really over the top. Peach cobbler, the sushi. We do a tableside strawberry shortcake or a chocolate cake. So there's lots of dishes that we really try and have that tableside wow factor. I love to go take walks around the farmers markets every couple of weeks just to see how the seasons are changing. Then I also like to keep constant contact with my fish purveyors from San Diego or from Santa Monica. They are constantly telling me what they have fresh, what's here, what's new, what's coming, because they're obviously in constant contact with the actual fishermen. Here we have our oshizushi. This is our play on sushi. One of the tough parts on sushi is if you don't eat it fast enough, your nori gets soggy. In order to prevent that, we have the nori on the side, and oshizushi is kind of like nigiri, but with toppings on it. So we curated a lot of different flavor components that would really work well together. So here's how we suggest people do it. You'll just take your piece of nori and you just kind of pinch it over the top. And now you have sushi where your nori is not getting all soggy on you. So it's just gonna stay that nice crunchy nori for you. For our steaks, we use double R ranch prime steaks. Here we have a filet mignon with a creamy peppercorn sauce. And then that's served with a potato pave. So that's gonna be delicious layers of butter and potato, salt and some herbs. So super simple, but really delicious. And that's served with also some crispy maitake mushrooms. And then we have our spicy little gem. So this is our play on a Caesar salad. One of the crumbles on there is a anchovy, caper, and garlic kind of all cooked down and melted together. And then we dehydrate it, so it just ends up like a little textury crumble. And then it's a harissa garlic dressings. The dressing is going to give you that a little bit of a spicy Caesar feeling. Carrot cake is one of my signatures. This is our giant carrot cake, and it's got golden raisins, heirloom carrots, a lot of brown sugar, and then a cream cheese icing. My favorite parts about this carrot cake is how moist it is. This carrot cake has been inspired by a recipe that's been passed down in my family for years. The peach cobbler was where this started, was trying to figure out a fun dessert that was gonna have some show factor. We were thinking about like a peach melba, and then we turned it into a cobbler with, because we really wanted that crunch that the streusel topping brings to it. So we have some brown sugar and bourbon cooked peaches, and then some macerated cherries with a little bit of streusel topping. When we get tableside, we pour the peach tea, so that smell of peaches really hits you in the face, and it's, you start eating with your nose first, and it really drives home the flavor of the peaches. Today we are gonna make our signature bread service here at Lōrea, which is our Parker House rolls. It is a recipe that takes a little bit of time, but it's definitely worth the while. And the work itself isn't the time-consuming part, it's just waiting for the dough to rise. So these Parker House rolls are gonna be super buttery and flaky, kind of between a croissant and a dinner roll. I'm adding flour to the bowl, dry active yeast, sugar, a little bit of salt, then we got butter, softened butter, and then we're gonna go 3 eggs. And then I got milk here. So our milk is just gonna be room temperature milk, just let it come up to room temperature a little bit. And then we are gonna put it in the mixer. So it's important to make sure we start this on low, otherwise you're gonna end up with a face full of flour. So here we have our dough. We'll take this and we'll put it in a bowl, and then we will proof it. So it's just like a nice smooth dough now. As it proofs, it'll continue to get a little bit smoother. After that 45 minutes, we have a beautiful proof dough ball, and we're just gonna roll this out onto our cutting board. Now we have this big, buttery, milky dough ball. So we will start by kind of just patting it down a little bit. So we have one nice layer, start rolling. We wanna try and keep it even. And sometimes you could add flour if you wanted to get it so it doesn't stick as much. But we also want this to stick back together. So you don't want to add too much flour. That's gonna, stop it from sticking and creating the layers that we're gonna be looking for in trying to make a laminated dough. So what I have here is a little bit of butter, and I'm gonna brush this with butter. What that's gonna do is help us get that lamination aspect. So you'll have those buttery, flaky layers like you would in a croissant. And then we're gonna fold it, and we're gonna do this process a couple times. And we will roll it up. So we're gonna just start from the back edge furthest from us and just start tucking it in on itself. And as we start rolling, we'll get a nice tube here. Once you get to this point, if you put it in the refrigerator for about 10 or 15 minutes, that butter will really set up in there and it'll get a stiffer dough. So you're able to get, super beautiful pieces that you're able to portion evenly without squishing the dough as you're cutting it. And for us, we put 5 pieces in a pan, and they're gonna squeeze pretty tight into this pan. So we're using a cast iron that we will season them in oil and butter on that already. Cast iron's really great to bake in. It holds heat well, so it's gonna give you the crunchy outside, while the inside will still stay nice and moist. So we're gonna put it in the oven at 350 degrees. It's gonna be about 20 minutes or so. And just like that, buttery, flaky goodness. Delicious food, great atmosphere. We hope to see you soon at Lōrea.
Coming up, it's a fun and easy summer snack that kids are gonna love. Plus, the coolest and tastiest soft serve around. We're visiting an ice cream shop that's reimagining the classic treat. They are sweet, tart, and satisfyingly crunchy. These candied fruit skewers will be a hit all summer long. So the other night, my girlfriend came over with her kids, and she said, oh, I brought dessert. And I said, what'd you bring? And she opens it up, and it's these fruit skewers, but they're dipped in like a hard sugar. And I've seen them before, but I've never really had them. And she happened to be in Koreatown. She's like, I picked up some skewers, and they were strawberries and grapes and mandarin oranges. And I could not stop thinking about these fruit skewers. I loved them so much. It's that crunchy, hard sugar over the candy, and it's really something now. I said I gotta figure it out because I need these. So I'm gonna try to replicate the one she had. I think the fruit that has less water, like I was reading about, someone tried cut pineapple and the sugar just didn't adhere to it. So I'm gonna do strawberries, grapes, mandarin oranges. I do have some blueberries. Maybe I could do that too. I think one of the big tricks is to make sure your fruit is really, really dry when we dip it in the hot sugar. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my skewers, and then basically we're making candy. So you need a candy thermometer. It's sugar, water, and honey. And fingers crossed. Because maybe we should pull up the video. You've seen me before try to make caramel, and it didn't go so well. So I'm gonna try again. But this is something fun, I think, to serve up to your friends when they come over. Maybe I'll do 2 strawberries. There's no right or wrong. Do some mandarin oranges, a couple of those on the skewer. Okay, cameraman Brian said he made these as a kid. Yeah, Brian?
Yes.
And burned many a pot. So that could be our future, we'll see. But it's a fun treat. I mean, it's still fruit. It is quite a bit of sugar, but so we're gonna just build our skewers and then make some hot sugar. I feel a little nervous. So to make the sugar, it is 1 cup of water, 2 cups of sugar, granulated sugar, and then over here, of course, I've got my tray ready to go with my Silpat or a non-stick surface of some kind, wax paper, 2 tablespoons of honey. And there's 1, 2, and now we'll turn it on and let this all melt. So what you do need is a candy thermometer, which I happen to have, and I don't know that I've ever used it, but it's said to get between 300 and 315, and that would put it in the hard crack stage. And one of the tests they said is to dip a skewer, put it in the ice bath, and then taste it. Nothing happened. Didn't crunch. So that's how you know it's not ready yet. It was just sticky and sweet. So you gotta get to the crunch phase, which is the hard crack stage. That's why you gotta check the thermometer here. Okay, I did the test and it made a crunch, so here it goes. And you gotta work quickly, so I'm gonna start with the oranges. And then put it, I hope, I don't know. We did it! I mean, we still have to taste it, but. Okay, I'm excited to try my sugar dip candy. It looks good. The sugar got a little dark, but as soon as we started seeing it get dark, we decided to dip it, and that was the right move. You get the crunch, the sugar hardened, and they look really pretty. Look at that, how they glisten. I'm gonna try the orange. I love the orange because it's a little sour and sweet. Once you do it once, you kind of get the hang of it and it's not as intimidating. It's just getting that sugar to the perfect temperature. But I think these are fun and delicious. The kids will love them too. And you're eating your fruit. Coming up, we're visiting an ice cream shop that's putting a fresh twist on soft serve. That's coming up next. What started as a music journey for three brothers who moved to America chasing their dreams turned into something just as sweet, an ice cream shop that's changing the soft serve game. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Dion.
I'm Anand. And I'm Bud. And we're three brothers from New Zealand and the founders and owners of Hokey Pokey LA. Hokey Pokey is a classic flavour in New Zealand, and we've done our own gourmet version of it, a gourmet soft serve version of it. It's actually New Zealand's most popular ice cream flavour. Well, there you go.
And has been since the 1950s. In fact, New Zealand eats more ice cream per capita than any other nation, country in the world. So after all that taste testing, we should be pretty good at it, right?
Flavour, it's like a crunchy caramel, so it's a kind of toffee. And in New Zealand, it's just a vanilla pint with little crunchy balls of it. Here, we blend it into a soft serve and sprinkle it on top. It's all house-made.
But most of the time, we like to be very cryptic and just say it tastes like happiness.
Hokey Pokey is our signature flavour, and that's sort of like a crunchy caramel flavour. And then the machine part of it is we have a machine where we scoop plain ice cream and then we add ingredients. In the case of Hokey Pokey, we have the crunchy caramel that he makes all of, and then we blend it through the ice cream and it comes out like a soft serve. Every other ice cream flavour is made the same way, on the spot, and it comes out as a soft serve. So Hokey Pokey is the name of the crunchy caramel toffee stuff. It was named in 1896 in New Zealand, Hokey Pokey. So Hokey Pokey is made using golden syrup, sugar, baking soda and expertise. And I provide the expertise. It's almost like a boiling pot of lava. We made our first ever TikTok showing this process, and we had 7 followers and it got 23 million views. You pour baking soda in, the whole thing explodes, and you have to work very fast because you're working with boiling sugar. And then it hardens into a crunchy, brittle, dry, crispy toffee.
And we try and make everything from scratch ourselves. So for instance, if you have our California orange flavor, got the oranges, chopped them up, peeled them, turned it into a paste.
We have a whole range of flavors. From, as he mentioned, the California orange, we've got strawberries and cream, raspberry and white chocolate, Hokey Pokey butter pecan.
Yeah, Hokey Pokey butter pecan.
Of course, you've got to have chocolate flavors.
Hazelnut Hokey Pokey, and then we've got a chocolate Hokey Pokey. So we've got a few Hokey Pokey themed ones.
Oh, don't forget the chocolate mocha mousse.
A lot of delicious ice cream flavors, if we say so ourselves. We've carried on the New Zealand theme with a few other things. Pavlova is New Zealand's most popular dessert. New Zealand and Australia are locked in an endless debate over who invented it. Of course, it was New Zealand. And we also have a mud cake. We have a full coffee menu because New Zealand also is known for its fantastic espresso drinks.
We came over here to have an adventure because we've always played music together as 3 brothers since we were young. We've always argued together. We're pretty good at that too. And so we thought we'd see how that went.
Essentially what he's trying to tell you is we came over here to play live as a band. COVID arrived, shut that down, and after a series of adventures, we ended up creating this concept, and here we are serving and selling New Zealand style ice cream. Well, we actually started in LA by dropping flyers that said, "Want a free car wash? We're a rock band from New Zealand. If you follow us on Instagram, we'll wash your car for free," literally. And we washed 500 cars. We're actually on KTLA for doing this, which was a lot of fun. We ended up then coming across an ice cream trailer, New Zealand ice cream trailer. We washed the trailer, of course, because what else would you do? And then from there, it was step by step, and here we are with our own ice cream company.
We were pretty much on the same page as in regards to opening. He was probably pushing for it a little bit harder. We were all there.
We sort of fell into this. We were working with these machines with, as they are done in New Zealand, where they make real fruit ice cream. They blend ice cream and frozen berries into a rustic soft serve. And while working with that, we came up with these concepts. And once we tasted what we created, we knew it was too good not to do something with.
And then Bud just never stopped eating it after that, so.
We've got a vinyl on the wall that we sell in store that has 2 of our songs on it. We have ambitions to release a full record, a full LP, but working 90 to 100 hours every week to keep the people full of ice cream makes it slightly difficult.
Yeah, we've just written a lot of songs about ice cream, really.
I think you're lucky if you can work with family, because business partnership is very difficult to combine different ideas. One of the benefits of being in a family is you know how to disagree and just keep going. So we do have our differences of opinion, which is really healthy. It adds to the business, and I think I couldn't be happier that we're working together. So we've catered at Eddie Murphy's house, we've catered at Denzel Washington's house,
You took Pavlova up to Jennifer Aniston's house?
Yes, I did. I drove.
We didn't see
personally-
Jennifer Aniston,
I
but
didn't.
we
I-
believe she was there.
I personally drove ice cream and pavlovas to Jennifer Aniston's house for a dinner party. Lenny, when we
Well, this is my story, as he said it to me, and he always tries to steal it. Lenny Kravitz said to me, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever tasted. Now, maybe he meant ridiculous in a clown way, but I don't think he meant it like that.
He hunted us down 2 hours after someone had given him our ice cream to come and tell us that. He needed to get that off his chest, how he felt about it. Oh, we had Sandra Bullock in store, who described herself as an ice cream freak and said, this is amazing. So we've had our list of LA celebrities moments, as you'd hope to.
We do a lot of different events. We do corporate offices, we do birthday parties.
Well, let's start at the top. We catered at somewhere like the Disney Emmys after party, which featured some of LA's best restaurants. We've done those celebrity house caterings, and then we do anything from a kid's birthday party. But it is a lot of fun. We often find our ice cream is the talk of the party.
And when we come out to events, we bring the machine and we make the ice cream on the spot, which is what makes it fun for everyone.
We're going to keep cooking Hokey Pokey, so we look forward to you coming to eat it.
I like that one.
For all the recipes we featured in today's episode, you can follow us on Instagram. That does it for us. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.